G.I. Joe fans, Joe Motion Videos 82 here. It is finally time for my G.I. Joe toy review. I had some problems with the internet. The area that I live in, the wiring is buried very shallow, and when it rains, the wiring gets moist and it really screws with the cable and internet service. So it's hard to get cable reception and internet service sometimes, and that also includes Wi-Fi. But I am not complaining about the rain. We need it. So I do apologize for this coming out extremely late. So I did have a viewer request slotted for this, and that was for Airtight, but I could not find him. I do apologize for that. I will look for him throughout this week, even further, going through some more bins to see if I could find him. I know I have him somewhere, definitely, so I will pull him up. But in the meantime, when I was looking for him, I came across Crankcase, and I thought, hey, you know, he was in the 1985 bin, and I have not reviewed this. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 1985 Crankcase and Stryker. So as I was cleaning up the Stryker and getting it all set up, I realized the top cannon is gone. Oh, sometime during storage up on a shelf, my cat had knocked it down and the cannon fell off. It's just not my week. So I apologize for showing you an incomplete vehicle. So in the nature of good humor and just to tie up this busy and confusing week that I've had, we'll just do this review. Why not? It's just one of those weeks, you know. It's just a very busy week. We'll just leave it at that. You know, just very busy at work, which is nice. You know, it breaks up the monotony, makes the 12 hours go by fast when it's busy, and that's always nice. So anyway, so 1985. A lot of people call that the golden year of G.I. Joe. That was when everything really started taking off for the toy line. That really started, the popularity of the line really took off. The cartoon was the big shot in the arm that was needed. The half-hour toy ad, 20 minutes minus the 10 minutes worth of commercials that advertise more toys and sugary cereal to the masses. Some people got G.I. Joe cartoons on Saturday. For us, it was 3:30, right after school. So we would bust our butts getting home just to watch G.I. Joe. So anyway, yeah, 1985, man, what did we get in 85? We got the Flag. Yes, the biggest playset ever made in toy history. We got the hydrofoil. We got the tactical battle platform. It was the year for huge playsets to reflect the decadence of the 1980s. The bigger, the better. The affluent. The bigger things you had, it showed that you had money. And that's what the 80s was about. If you didn't have these big toys, darn it, you know, you better find a friend that did. You know, at least you could play with a friend who had them. You know, and that was the case for me. I had a friend who had it all. And he did. He had everything. He had the flag, but it was up in Colorado with his dad. But he had all the other stuff down here. And we played the heck out of everything. And A.W.E was one of them. And it was a favorite with us. The A.W.E was and is still an incredible toy. And we will get into that when we look at it. We did review the modern A.W.E, the Target or the Walmart exclusive A.W.E, but we didn't look at this one. John and I played with this. It was free. It's free moving, so we would just jump that thing across his living room or take it out on the back patio and build a ramp and launch that thing across his patio out into the grass, and just had a heck of a time with that thing. Or take it out into the desert. You know, we would call it the desert. It's a big empty field. We live in the middle of the desert, but we refer to the empty spaces that aren't built on as the desert. We would take it back there and play with it out in the empty lots, out in the empty field. And there were holes that kids dug and built forts, and we covered up with plywood for shade. And he and I dug little roads on the sides of these holes, and little slots, little caves, and just built a cliff dwelling like the Native Americans, and built a fortress on the inside of this this hole for our Joes, and had switchback trails going up inside there. And the A.W.E and Dusty and all these other guys, you know, would travel up inside. We had a great time with this thing. Getting too excited, running out of breath, just recanting this story. It's playing back in my mind. Just sharing. Gosh, great memories. Seems like yesterday. So anyway, I don't want to take up any more of your time with these childhood tales. So let's go ahead and take a look at this vehicle. I mean, this thing was on the shelves for 2 years, from 85 to 87. It was, I think it was available through Hasbro Direct as well. It came in a lighter green color, up into the 90s, and crankcase. I don't have my tablet, it's charging. Trying to go off of memory here. Crankcase, I think he was sold in a vehicle driver 5-pack, so he was available as well. So this isn't rare by any means, but very popular nonetheless. And I think the retail price on this at the time was $7.95. So not bad at all for such a iconic and cool vehicle. So let's go ahead and take a look at this awesome toy. All right, here he is, crankcase and the Stryker. Very, very cool. Here his file card. You can see it was clipped off the box, obviously by a child. Very jagged edges on this. It was the first run because it doesn't have H1 down here in the corner. Stryker A.W.E is an acronym. We all know that the folks at Hasbro love the acronyms. So it's Stryker driver, codename Crankcase. File name is Indiana Elwood G, primary military specialty, motor vehicle driver, secondary military specialty, armorer, birthplace Lawrence, Kansas, serial number 451615102, grade E4. He is a specialist. It says here in the middle paragraph, there are several ways. Let me just see if I could turn. No, can't get the spotlight off. There are several ways to get from one place to another in Kansas, and driving fast is most of them. Crankcase was racing street machines when he was 16, and there was no great feat since he had been building them from the time he was 13. He worked the stock car circuit for years until boredom hit him like a brick wall. A recruiting sergeant with a crooked smile signed him up for a burst of 4, meaning 4 years, with promises of speed and glory. Crankcases graduated Ranger School and Desert Warfare School and attended the Special Forces, Special Air Service Tactical Driving School under the NATO Exchange Program. Qualified expert M16, M1911A1, M60, and TOW, which is a rocket, TOW. And down here is a quote. It says, "Ever get irritable when you're standing in line that just doesn't seem to be moving at all? Well, try standing in line at Disneyland." Well, it says, well, the whole seems to be moving in slow motion to Crankcase all the time. And that's why he's constantly ticked off. Well, it seems like this dude needs to learn how to meditate and just chill. He needs to hang out with Footloose and Dusty, man. He's just not happy unless he has the wheel in one hand and the shifter in the other and the wind in his face. Okay, dude has some anger management problems. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at Crankcase first, Mr. Grumpy Jeans. I love it when vehicle drivers came with a weapon. That way, if you wanted to play with them individually in a combat scenario, you didn't have to borrow a gun from somebody. You had one with them. This was very nice. I'm glad that they gave him a weapon. This looks like a real-world machine gun. I am drawing a blank on it. If anybody knows, please let me know down in the comments. It's right there in the tip of my tongue, and I cannot remember. Looks like this does have a folding stock on it. Very nice looking weapon indeed. He has a fairly modern helmet, a Kevlar style helmet. It's done in gray plastic. Pretty generic. Orange hair. Mustache matching the same color. They actually painted his eyes brown and eyebrows different colors from the hair. They spent a little time on this, which they should, being a vehicle driver. They should give you non-rushed paint app. He does have this forest green outfit or shirt on with a tan collar. He has, try to get that into focus for you. There we go. Brown web gear that attaches to a brown belt. Goes around to the back. The web gear goes underneath two epaulets, and they are painted red. This looks like it is a sweater, because you can see the ribbing here. So he's wearing a long sleeve sweater that the sleeves are rolled up. He has black gloves, a watch, nice little belt buckle here on the front. Looks like it has jump wings on it. Pouches on both sides there. He does have a sculpted on black holster on this leg that's just kind of sitting there. No straps or anything. It's just stuck on his leg. But he's a Joe, so that just velcros right to his pants. Two cargo pockets right on the front of his legs there. I could imagine if those are weighted down, it'd be kind of difficult to run. Pull his britches down. And he is wearing kind of chocolate brown boots. His pants are bloused in the boots. Nice sculpting on the pants. Did a pretty good job with it. Good looking figure. I'm glad that they took their time with him. But, you know, we're talking the mid-80s. So they didn't do any rush jobs on the figures back then. Oh, crud. I ran this under the faucet to get all the dust off, and now it's leaking on my laptop. Great. I thought it was completely dry. Okay, so taking a look at the Stryker itself. This is a dune buggy of sorts, forest or OD green. Very nice vehicle. Here on the running boards, it has foot pegs. These are a little too thick for me to even venture to put to stick a figure on these days. I wouldn't even want to bother with that, in fear of cracking their feet. But this will carry 4 Joes, 2 in the seats and 2 in the running boards. These have diamond grates on them. The seats are padded, as you can see on the inside there. This is a control, a laser guided control with a wire that goes up to the non-existent cannon. This is controlled by the passenger. And on the other side here, it has a steering yoke for crankcase and gear shift. And if you could see down on the inside, they did not skimp on the detail. It has diamond grating on the floor, padded seats. They did great amount of detail work on the dashboard. You can see on the inside there. Pretty nice. Gear shift, padded seats. And here on the back, removable engine cover. Very typical for G.I. Joe vehicles. And the engine does remove. Very nice. I think there was a playset, the G.I. Joe General, that came out later on that had an engine hoist where you could put this on the inside and move the engine hoist. This would lift up, so this snaps right down into the engine compartment right there. That's pretty cool that they have a removable engine. I keep on forgetting about that play feature. Battery right there on the side. I love the motor heads over in Hasbro. I would always have crank, or anytime I just wanted to have a vehicle on display. As a kid, I would have the driver working on the engine. So there's nice detail on there. You can see there's air vents here on the side. A fan on top of the engine. More diamond grating sculpted onto the sides here. There are two whip style antenna, or aerials, depending on what part of the world you are from. Here on the front are two headlights, clear plastic. Mine are starting to yellow. And here is something that I really love about this vehicle. It has suspension. You can see that this moves up and down. This is a really cool play feature. It works on the front and back. I love the heck out of this play feature. It adds a touch of reality to this vehicle. This is my favorite thing about this vehicle. When we would jump it off of ramps, it would hit the ground and bounce a little bit. It was such fun doing that. We'd get a big kick out of it. And also, the wheels, front wheels turn. They turn on this rod right here. Occasionally these do come up on the aftermarket where this rod is broken, so that's something to look out for if you want to buy it on the aftermarket. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Doesn't happen very often, but that is a potential for it. But each wheel here, they do spin independently on this mushroom peg. They are solid plastic. That'd be cool if they were made of rubber, but that would have just increased the price on this vehicle. The decal's starting to peel off. I have to glue that on. But all in all, I am very pleased with this vehicle. Such a cool. His helmet fits very loosely. There you go. Crankcase fits right in there quite nicely. But yeah, he is. I just like the way the colors contrast. I can't say enough about this vehicle. All right, guys, so there you have it. The 1985 A.W.E. Not much difference between this A.W.E. and the recent release for the Walmart exclusive that was released about 2 years ago. A little bit bigger in size, I think, maybe, but other than that, pretty much the same vehicle. Both just as awesome. I would love to have a fleet of these. Really, but one is enough. one is definitely enough for me. So share your stories with me about this vehicle. If you had it, if you know somebody who has it, if you do have it, definitely let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Again, I'm sorry for this coming out late and not having the video plan that I did have for Airtight, but I will give a valiant effort in looking for him for this coming review for next week. So you have 2 reviews pretty close together. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That really helps out. Spread the word with the channel. Really appreciate your support on that. And you know, just your views. I really appreciate that. And everybody who's stuck around all these years. And remember, be kind to yourselves. It's so important. Take care of yourselves and be kind to everybody around you, and be kind to your animals. They know nothing but unconditional love. So anyway, this is Joe Motion Videos 82 saying goodbye for now. Take care. Bye-bye.